assuming you can see it. Oh, well, it's come on.
Good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome to Mason High School for this Greater Miami Conference battle between two of the top teams in Southwest Ohio, both this year and historically, the home team Mason Comets and the visiting Lakota West Firebirds. My name's Dave Buffenbarger, and we have first place Lakota West taking on second place Mason in a big game tonight to probably determine the ultimate GMC softball championship. Again, I'm Dave Buffenbarger, and beside me is Eric Bishop. Eric, it's good to be back on the field.
It's great to be back here after COVID, not being able to be here for a year. Super excited to be able to do some softball once again. So leading off for Lakota West, number 22, Bill.
We'll get into some stats here too, but these are two very talented teams. When you look down their lineup, a ton of travel ball players for elite teams, and you're going to have good players at every position and every spot in the order. So no rest for the pitchers and no freebies or easy plays for the batters with the defense out there either. Tough team, very tough team defensively on both sides of the field.
And this one's fouled back. Yeah, both teams well coached. I mean, they play quality softball.
Most for the Comets this year. I know she works hard in the off season, and most for the Comets this year. I know she works hard in the off season and goes to pitching coach Scoob Alvelo to hone her skills. So she works hard to get better and gets her on a high pitch there for strike three, swinging.
Nice job by Zimberry there.
It's a big out. When you have a runner that gets to second with nobody out in softball, as we've seen through the years with our daughters, it's tough to keep that runner off the plate, and a strikeout is one quick way to do that.
And up to the plate, the pitcher, number 27, KK Mathis.
Okay, this is we're going to see her on the mound. She leads almost all the hitting categories. I'm sure we'll get into that in a minute too. We want to save some of the color for later, but big time player here, Tennessee Mojo player, so she plays elite competition this summer, also has played for Wendell Hutchinson's Hawks team, so she's been coached well and played against top talent in the summer, and there we go.
Look at this, just like that, Bell Hummel steals third. Catches, I wouldn't say sleeping, but caught her off guard there, and Hummel with the big lead just took off and grabs third. So now there's a runner on third. 3 balls, no strikes, the count to KK Mathis, and Zimberry she pitched around her, let's put it that way. All those balls were outside. She didn't want to give Mathis anything. She could smack.
That's a good pitching strategy in this situation. You have one out, runner on third now, and she gave her everything in the river or even in the batter's box on the other side. So she was just working around her, not a bad strategy there, and they have a pinch runner. I didn't catch that number there on who came in.
Well, Kendall Foran, number 11, catcher.
There, looks like she's going to be joining your daughter at Miami of Ohio next year.
That's right. Excited to have her. And just like that, yeah, we're going to steal second here. So 1 ball to count. Runners on second, third, with 1 out.
Yeah, they let the runner go there. That's not always what I like to see happen. I like to see some kind of a play, but in the situation, let's get the pitcher to focus in on the batter and see if we can freeze those two on second and third for the inning.
But with Hummel's speed, I don't even know if you want to do too much with a leadoff.
Right.
You could just scream down there. Next thing you know, you're down 1-0 just like that. Inside.
I think he called that a strike, and he did. So we have an angle here, Eric, I think a little bit off to the right side, just behind and beyond the left-handed batter's box. So that may have caught that corner with our angle and looked a little. And she's up on the plate. You can see her front toes on the white chalk there, and that's going to be foul. And
but in play,
it's out of play.
Yeah, it's out of play. No, that was in play. They advanced on the foul, so we're going to get the out. But
okay.
They were calling that in play.
Well, she was behind the. Yeah, they're sending them back now.
Okay, I was going to say, well, they let them. Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Let the play go and then just call it back just in case. But no, it was clearly. I'm sure they yelled from the dugout, and the umpire had his hands up, so the ball was out.
So four hitter here, so he obviously has some power here. Got a lot of ball on that one. Hit it foul. Zambiri coming in for the 1-2 count. And
Smacks
that's
out to
going
the
to be
left.
in play.
And that one's definitely out.
Oh, that's...
Hummel's going to make the tag on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure Kastner's not happy with his runner at second there. Seeing that ball come into home and then not advance to third. But they got the run across, and just as they did in game one, well, they're up. They scored in their first at bat, first inning.
Yeah, around. Next thing you know, whoops, you're down 1 run. So 2 here to the top of the first inning, and West strikes first.
Maybe a little bit of an underrated play. I would have expected cutoff, but that's actually a pretty good catch for Sam Pennington, the left fielder, coming in and catching that ball go down the line. I think in this situation, you're okay with taking the out and giving West just 1 run. That could pay off for them down the road. If they can get in this situation, get out with just 1 through the top of their order and the way that started, the Comets will be, I believe, satisfied with that.
Peregrina pops up to short, shallow left. Catcher comes over, and she's got it.
Audrey Renaud on the catch there, the shortstop for the Comets. Ohio Hawks player there, making the play. She plays for the Ohio Hawks Combs team out of Dayton. So again, one of the many travel ball players, and actually, for that matter, many Ohio Hawks players that are on the field here for both the Comets and for Lakota West. Okay, so Eric, this one right here, KK Mathis. There's a lot to say about her. If you look at the statistics in the league, both offensively and from the pitching stats, you're going to find her. You're going to find her name on there. It's kind of amazing to look at it. She's a junior, and as we think back, all of these young ladies missed their season last year. So I remember she was really good as a freshman. Didn't get the opportunity to perform for West last year, and then now is back here on her junior season. And statistically, it's unreal. When I pulled this up, I was looking through here trying to catch up just to pay attention to the game. And so she's number 5 in batting average at 622, number 1 in home runs with 10, tied for first with Lindsey Brewer from Mason for RBIs at 29. And then now while she's on the mound, she leads in earned run average with 1.59. Wins, she's 3rd with 10. And with strikeouts, she's 3rd with 96. So every category, she gets her name on there. So it's go. West and Mason both played them. So it's good to see them wanting to step up and play that stiff competition to prepare themselves for postseason here. So
both of them dropped games to Roncalli. But here we go. In game 2 between West and Mason, Sydney Carter, the leadoff batter for Mason, the all-time hit leader.
Yeah, how about that? Sydney, congratulations, all-time hit leader. And Eric, the last time we announced for her, we mentioned her name, she hit a home run over the right center fence. So I was talking to her before the game, and she goes, well, maybe, I said, what do you want me to say up there today, Sydney? And she said, maybe mention the last time you did this, I hit a home run. I said, all right, I'm going to do it. And check that off the box. Done now.
That was a big moment. The Comets needed that, so she's going to foul one off left side here. Comets needed that when she hit it. It was just, they still didn't get the lead. I think it was like 4-0, and that it was like a 3-run home run, but just put a jolt of electricity back in the team. So,
hey, good hitter.
She was excited to do that.
Good hitter, a lot of confidence when she's up there. Sydney's just one of those that I think every pitcher, no matter who it's against, she feels like she's going to get a hit. And she had that same hits the ball hard out the center field here. She had three hits against Mathis the first time they played. And when you just saw her up there, she's up there with a lot of confidence. I was talking about this with my wife the other day, and she said, we were talking about hitters that we saw in college, and she mentioned Sydney has that look in her eye when she gets up there like she's going to get a hit. So.
But when you're the all-time hit leader, I imagine you've done this a number of times. You feel like you can do it. So
build some confidence for sure.
For sure, the left fielder, Sam Pennington, number 2 hitter for Mason with 1 out. He's going to look at ball 1.
Slapper.
No, called it a strike.
Yeah, it did. Kind of slid out there.
Took him a while to decide on that. But
I think we have to be careful on our angle here, too. Some of the pitches aren't going to look exactly right.
Maybe I'll just wait to see. Okay, so that one's definitely a ball.
that was high. No, I learned that from my daughter being a pitcher, that I don't ever watch from behind the plate because I don't want to know. So I stand off at an angle here. Bell Hummel's in center. Molly Grace at short. KK Mathis pitching. Kendall Foran is catching. And let that foul ball take place. We'll get the roster back out here. You have the Peregrina sisters batting 5 and 6, playing second and first base. They moved in from California, I remember a couple years back, and I was thinking when they were still playing, you had those two, and there you go.
Oh, there's a nice right over the shortstop's head. Great little ball there from Pennington. Now we finally.
Yeah, it's a good hit. Lily Vollmer is playing right field. Haley Hibbard playing third base for West. Lena Albright is the DP. And we'll get the last one in here. Macy Davis is playing left field, and she's in the flex position. That's your defensive set for the West Firebirds.
Lindsay Brewer to the plate. She's going to look at a low ball one there. Pardon me if I have to get used to seeing someone else wear number 8 in that jersey. My daughter wore number 8 when she was here for 4 years. So.
Yep, that's what I look at that too. Number 15 would be Ellie, and Zoe would be number 8 for sure.
I think I actually purchased that. Oh, there's strike one. I actually purchased that jersey because I bought her actual game jersey. It's hanging on my basement wall, and I think Lindsay's got the one that I bought, the brand new one.
Okay. Lindsay, as I mentioned earlier, she's leading the league in RBIs with 29. That's a lot of RBIs for the number of games they play. So she must be getting the hits when they matter, and that's always key. Have some speed down at first. You have an RBI hitter at the plate. Comets down 1-0. Let's see if they can take advantage of this here.
Oh, that one's outside. Good eye there by Brewer. 3 balls, 1 strike. Games when you're in high school, and it's affected all of us in lots of different ways. But and there she draws a walk. Good eye by Brewer.
Lindsay Brewer's only a junior. I think Maggie would be one of the seniors coming to the plate for the Comets. Big, strong hitter here. Seen her hit for power. So opportunity here. Now, one thing, Eric, when I went and watched the last game, which Lakota West beat Mason 7-4 at West about a little less than a month ago, is that Mason did get some hits off Mathis, and they were effective on getting base runners, and they did score 4 runs. So they're down 1-0 here, 2 runners on with just 1 out, and you have Honaki up the bat, big hitter, and Val Allen right behind her, who is also another power hitter. So you have some opportunities here. Looks like they put a pinch runner in there for Brewer, the catcher. Be junior number, looks like number 17, Julia Leanlet.
All right, so Honaki up here with runners on first and second. 25 RBIs on the season. She's going to look at ball 1 outside and low. Just 1 home run, but she does have 4 doubles, and that'd be enough to get these speedsters in. So
looks like she's batting 500 too. So that's she's 29 for 58. So that's not a small sample size either. 29 for 58, batting 500. On base percentage 525. So she hits a lot and doesn't walk a lot. So
that's why she's in the number
swinging.
4 spot.
That tells me she's swinging here. Let's see what happens.
Threw it to third, so I get why she went, but West was all over that.
Little delayed on the leave there, I think. All right, we're going to go to break for a minute, and we'll be right back.
Got it! In for the Comets score. Win! The Comets win! Yeah!
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure,
Pure love.
love.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
All right, we're back in the top of the second. Lakota West leading 1-0 over the Comets.
The number 6 hitter, JoJo Peregrina, looks at strike one. It's going to be fouled out of play. Can't get to that one.
Yeah. Run through the lineup here quickly for the Comets to get their defensive set. You have Sydney Carter playing second, Sam Pennington in left, Lindsey Brewer catching, Maggie Honaki in right, Val Allen at first, Ellie Offner at third, Audrey Renaud is playing shortstop, Riley Johansson is batting in the 7th hole, and she's the designated player. Joe Sander playing center field, batting 9th, and Alex Zambiri, the flex, pitching. That gives you your Comet defensive set here.
Full count to Peregrina. Oh, she smacks that one into center field.
Yeah, it says she has a beat on it though.
Oh, she dropped it.
That's a
Peregrina in. Yeah. Oh boy.
That's a tough play there, Joe Sander out there. I know they've talked about her ability to cover the outfield, and I think that was just a tough situation. It looked like she caught herself down on one knee a little bit when that ball was coming in. So the wind's blowing pretty hard. The flag's straight out. You see there, kind of blowing in towards first base. Maybe that moved the ball around a little bit.
It's going to be a foul.
So in the first batter for West gets on board again here in the second inning and advances to second. Renaud comes up with the one big out.
And Haley Hibbard steps up, fouls the ball right into Coach Kastner.
Haley also, she's batting .529. Another solid player for Lakota West, and it's pretty amazing. You have this in the 8-hole. It's amazing.
They're crazy good top to bottom.
Yeah.
What's the reason why they're leading the GMC, right?
Yeah.
Undefeated.
So looking at that, back at that play, Eric, not able to get the bunt down, that's and then coming back and getting the out there. That's big with no outs and a runner on second.
Ellie Offner gets that ball from third. Nice rifle over to first base. And the runner is not able to advance. Offner did a good job kind of looking at her, making sure she didn't want to advance there. Gets the out. So now we got 2 outs.
That's a good throw, good strong arm. Ellie moving to her left, making a good solid throw. Ellie's moved around the infield a little bit so far this year. I've seen her at shortstop and at third. So she definitely a left side infielder, and that arm right there showed why she's over there at third. Good play there from Ellie.
And Lena Albright swings.
A strike.
And a swing and a miss, and she gets her there.
Foul tip. Brewer did a nice job of holding on to that. I believe it looked like it was foul tip. Hey, that's big, Eric. I mean, to get that runner at second with nobody out and they keep him out there, that's big for the Comets.
That's absolutely huge. Great job, good defense after the error there in center field, but otherwise, just enough to keep them off the board. So here we go into the bottom of the second inning. Comets trailing by 1 run.
So who we have coming up for the Comets here? It looks like we're going to have Val Allen, Ellie Offner, and Audrey Renaud. Again, that's bringing some talent to the plate at 4, 5, 6. Talking to Coach Muff before the game, Eric, and she was mentioning how they only have 2 returning varsity players, from 2 years ago. Obviously, COVID year last year affected them, and they lost several seniors. I mean, there were some really good seniors in that class that didn't get a play. I mean, one that comes to mind is Tori O'Brien. But there were several of them, and they're coming back with only 2 returning varsity players. So they're young, but young and somewhat inexperienced. Obviously now they have the experience of this season, but with the record they have, they've obviously done a great job of jumping in and making it happen and doing what they need to do. Second place in the league, overall record of 15-4, 11-1 in the league, as the lone loss to Lakota West.
Yeah, and some of those non-conference games, as you said, they're playing tough competition with like Roncalli and I can't remember the other two. But
well, yeah, they had a couple. I know they had Whitmer, and I know they went up and played
yeah.
Wendell's Centerville team, and Wendell always coaches up a good team. So, yeah, they played some good teams. They had I think Kings on their schedule, and Kings has some talent this year. So
Val Allen takes strike one. KK Mathis is going to step off, reset, reload, fire, little dribbler back to Mathis, and she's going to record the out here.
she is a Ellie's hitting that's our on base percentage. She's hitting 412, so that's good. 483.
Yeah.
Might be looking at the wrong one. I thought I had mine at 4. I'm showing 412, so we're just pulling different data from somewhere.
No worries. She's having a good season.
Yes, she is. Either way, whenever you're north of 4, no matter what it is, you're having a good hitting year. So, yeah, you mentioned they had Anthony Wayne, Whitmer, both tough games there. Kings, Centerville, South Dearborn out of Indiana, Indy Roncalli, that's big. Lebanon, that's always tough competition for Mason.
Yeah, Mason dropped their game to Lebanon. That's always a tough game. And I think that was down at the Red Showcase.
Mm-hmm. And West, on the other hand, they have one loss for the year, and that was against the Indy Roncalli team. Some of their non-conference games, which Lakota West fans don't get upset with me. They weren't quite as stiff a competition. You had Butler, Olentangy, Liberty, Groveport, Madison. Looks like they handled all them pretty well. Watkins and Memorial, I'll give them credit. Watkins has a great team. I think they're up from Central Ohio. And Coach Jellison up there does a good job getting them prepared. And so they did have a couple tough ones in there.
Yeah, Kendall Foreign has got a problem with her catcher Smith here. She's got, looks like popped one of the ties there. Coach Castor's trying to get it repaired here. It's a little dangerous. That ball flying in there from Mathis. If your glove's not in good shape, you're risking an injury for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure, what speed KK Mathis is throwing at. Looks, good from here. And also not sure whether her aspirations, she obviously going to the Tennessee Mojo, wants to play at a big-time college. Mojo's tight in the box, and so it looks like she's working her on the inside corner here, saying, get around on me if you can. Renald's a good athlete, good, strong. She's young, too. I think Renald's a freshman. Starting shortstop, so that's good. We'll see what she does here. Yeah, see, she worked her out there. She went inside, and then out. Looked like it went a little bit up. I'm sure she didn't want that one in the zone.
One ball, 2 strikes around.
Hit a good spot there.
Mathis has a quick release. She's not messing around, man. She's set, and then 2-2 the count to Renaud.
Yeah, she has the
gets her on the inside for strike 3.
Good power pitch there. Got her inside, worked her. Renaud was trying to take it away from her.
All right, so here we are with 2 innings completed. Lakota West up 1-0. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the top of the 3rd. The leadoff hitter this inning is your leadoff batter for the lineup, Belle Hummel. And just like that, goes down 2 strikes.
Off speed pitch there. Catches her on the outside corner. Looked like it dropped in there nice. Again, our angle, we're looking down, so high and low we don't have a good view of, but in and out I think we can judge pretty close. Another change up there in the dirt. Zimbiri working her eyes down low. Let's see if this one's not up a little bit. Or maybe they know something about Belle Hummel that we don't know on where to pitch her.
Right out.
They went up.
We had one in the dirt. We had one high. 2-2 the count to Belle Hummel.
I'll be surprised if Zimbiri still goes over the plate. I know Hummel hit a couple really hard that first game.
Yeah, this one's high and out. Full count.
I would say you want to work with her though. You don't want to walk Belle Hummel as the first batter in the inning. Good,
not with her
good
speed.
Yeah, it's almost it's almost a guaranteed score. They did a good job to keep the runner off the last inning, but they obviously couldn't keep Hummel off the plate in the first inning, and to me that's just a testimony to her speed. She's going to get on with no outs. There's a real good chance she's going to score.
That quick release. They knew she was going. The passenger's going to argue with this call. He's going to say that
obstruction.
Either obstruction or he's going to say you couldn't see it because he was behind and she tagged in front. But the home plate umpire had a clear view of it.
We had a clear view. She was out. I don't think there's any debate on that. We don't get to see a replay screen here, but if they show the replay, I don't think there's any doubt she was out. Belle Hummel's fast. But let me tell you, we got a little voice in our ear from the camera guy saying it was out by a mile. So
yeah, great play, great arm by Lindsey Brewer.
Appreciate them confirming what we thought we saw. Older guys, you know, I think we still think we can see well, but maybe not. That's a big out right there, Eric. Let's see if that changes the game a little bit here, because
this one's going to pop up. Hey, looks like Ellie Offner almost had it, lost it again. I don't know if she's looking at the sun, but she just couldn't get to it.
Looks like she broke late on it to get over there. That's a tough play. I mean, that's 2 balls right now that we've seen dropped by the Comets, and a third one that was played by Renaud and saw a lot of ball in the glove. So maybe the wind, not sure. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt the Comets here. Let's see what happens. Ball and 2 strikes.
Now hold on. Now we're saying what?
I'd like to see that. I thought she caught it. They may want to check with the first base ump on that, because it looks like she foul tipped it. They're not arguing it though.
But the ball went into the dirt, so if that's the case, then it wouldn't be. You can't foul tip out that one if that's going to be called a foul. So let's just go with that. 2-2 the count to Molly Grace.
I'd come back with the same pitch.
That one's
another fly, Eric.
Ellie Offner underneath it.
She catches that one.
Got that one.
She was able to redeem herself on Molly Grace there.
So 2 outs here. Again, top of the third. We get the first 2 batters of the inning. But then Zimberi's got to face KK Mathis.
Look at the wind right now, Eric. Wind straight in. Okay, this is what you want with Mathis. I'm not saying she can't hit it out with that, but when you're pitching to Mathis, you at least want the wind blowing in, not blowing out.
Mathis can hit it out even in this wind. I'm pretty confident of that.
I'm sure she can.
She can hit it out.
She's going at her here. Looks like she's went in and out there, a little bit outside, fouled it off. Wouldn't be surprised to see an inside pitch here. Worked her in, worked her out. She was a little behind on that outside pitch.
Inside, jams her. Ball's popped up to center field. This is a tough catch. Oh, she got it. Wow. Great catch.
Can you tell it's tough out there, Eric? I mean, she runs all the way into the, what was she, 2 or 3 feet away from the dirt there. Yeah. And normally that's a shortstop ball, but it goes up. The wind's blowing it in. She's coming in. She already had a problem with that one out there in right center. Yeah. So it's a little shaky for her, but she comes in and makes a big catch. 0 runs. Hey, right here, if you would have asked me before the game if this was going to be a 1-0 game going to the bottom of the third, I would have said, nah, I doubt it. I think we're going to see more offense than that. So give credit to both pitchers. Give credit to the defense for making plays. And we've had a runner thrown out at third, which was big, and for Mason, and then West threw the runner out trying to advance to third or to second. Defense making their plays. It takes solid defense, good players to make those plays on the type of drama here today. Could be a tighter game. These are the games I'm used to between Mason and West and Mason and East. You remember all those years, there's always seemed like a 2-1, 3-2
extra
game.
inning games, everything tight, nail biters. Johansson here swings it, misses at first pitch here. So bottom of the third. See if the Comets can get something going with Johansson the leadoff. She fouls that one back, 0-2.
See here, Riley Johansson. She's one of the seniors, the designated player, batting in the lineup. Simbiri, the pitcher, not batting. Spinning that thing outside. So I do see Mathis being a little more inside-outside versus up-and-down type pitcher, but I have seen that rise ball come in there a couple times too.
Whoa, got her on the inside, right on the river.
I'm going to call that a really good screwball is what I'm going to call that.
That's a heck of a pitch. Johansson, I don't know how you pull the trigger on that pitch. That one coming in, that's a difficult look. So the center fielder, Joe Sander.
A battle of two of the top players in the GMC conference, the Southwest Ohio, and maybe even in the state of Ohio right here in this at bat. Tough pitcher going against tough hitter, and I know 3 for 4 last game. Sydney Carter was, he had 3 for 4, 2 runs scored. She's 0 for 1 here in this game.
Yeah, she flew out to center field in the first at bat. But I mean, both these girls are going to be playing at the next level.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty marquee matchup here for this region. So.
Yeah, I know Sydney's already, I think she's committed to Butler, so she's going to be playing.
Yep.
D1 Butler, over close, good school. Sydney, a high-level travel ball player for the Ohio Hawks team. So good battle. I like to watch. Just sit back and watch this here. Ooh, that looked like it was out there in the river or even on the right-handed batter's batter box, but the ump's there. We're going to give him the call. We're not going to call it from up here. We'll see if Sydney just tries to put it in play with 2 strikes. I got to say, if he would have called that a strike, I was going to have to look down at my guys down here and ask them where they thought that was, because that was 4 balls outside.
She set up almost outside the right-hand batter's box.
I know she doesn't want to give her one over the plate, too. She knows. There's your hit
right
right there.
She did it, yep. Nice.
KK got her the first time. Sid got her the second time. We'll see how that plays out. I'm sure that matchup will come into play again in this game, and it may matter for a win or a loss for either team. If you look on the scoreboard, Eric, 2 hits apiece.
Yeah,
West leads 1-0.
Yeah, they want to talk about this one. Carter's a threat to steal here. Stolen base she has this year, but they're going to talk about this one, even though they have 2 outs.
Yeah, you got another slapper up here, Pennington.
Okay, well, Sydney Carter with 19 stolen bases, that's ridiculous.
You think he might go?
She's going to test for it here.
Good opportunity. You're at a good spot in the order. You have the number 2 hitter up. Worst case, you have 2, 3, 4 coming up next inning.
Foreign committed to Miami University here, so we got another D1 catcher. What a rich tradition coming out of both of these schools. You got this one's going to be fouled off just outside. Lot of girls from both of these squads playing at the next level. We got actually really great, just both of these programs. They start in middle school, and they have a rich tradition of winning and believing that you can play at the next level, and that attracts the girls into the sport, and they stay with it. And great club sports, lots of great teams around this region as well, great coaching. So softball is alive, well, and very healthy here in Southwest Ohio.
Mathis got Pennington to chase up high. Pennington only a sophomore, hitting 468, so another good hitter here. I'd look to see Carter off to the races on this one. Nope.
Ball outside. That was a little bit of a pitch out here. I think she was ready for that. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, they must have respect for Foreign back there and playing a little conservative here. Nothing wrong with that. Get a couple hits, you have a good part of your order up here. So Mathis has got Pennington to chase 2 up. That looked like it was up here to me, and I think it was. By the way, it was fouled off high. Pennington, though, battling with 2 strikes, making sure that she doesn't get a mistake called 3rd strike on her, so I don't blame her for fouling that one off. These slappers can battle. They can build the pitch count. Ooh.
That one's outside, and throw a little off there.
Looks like
Carter was going to get in anyway, but what happened with that throw?
Did
Anyway.
you see that, how it kind of went behind the pitcher? I think maybe she was kind of on her side there on the pitch and went to throw sidearm and was trying to avoid, I would assume, hitting the pitcher. But as you say, Carter, I think was going to be safe.
Carter was going to be safe anyway. So we got a runner in scoring position here. Full count. 2 outs to Pennington. She's going to walk her. This is what we were looking for. Looking for Pennington get on, move the runner over. Brewer with a chance here to help even this up.
Lindsay's batting .476 coming into the game, and as we said, 29 RBI, tied for the lead in the conference. A lot of RBIs. I think that means she's a clutch hitter. When you have runners in scoring position, she's going to get a hit. Let's see what happens. It's not every week you're facing KK Mathis either. That's a great spot for a pitch, and if he's going to call it, if she hits that spot, that makes it tough.
That one had some smoke on it too.
Lindsay plays for the Ohio Outlaws young team, along with Pennington, who plays for them as well.
Fouled back.
Down 0-2. Tough situation here for Brewer.
Oh, for sure. Mathis isn't going to get her anything to hit here these next 2, so you're going to see outsides. You're going to see her playing. The stadium is phenomenal. Yeah. It's one of the best in the region by far, and fantastic crowd of both West and Mason players. It's not too far. They're just down the road from each other. So,
what do you think, 150 or so people? Would you say that?
I'm not a really good judge of that, but there's a lot of people here.
A lot of people here. I would say that, pretty close. Because you have people out, maybe more than that, because you have people down the line out there.
Yep. And it's a gorgeous day here, too. I think I'm seeing some faces here that look familiar that don't necessarily have kids on the team, just coming out to watch and support their Mason Comets.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to go to a break here in between innings, so we can fill in with some talk about Mason, Lakota West. I mean, we know several players from both of these schools that are playing in college. You talked a little bit about how they've produced a ton of softball talent from these 2 schools. And, you know, one of my favorites from Lakota West all time, Allie Cummins.
Allie Cummins is leading everything in hitting in the MAC.
Yeah, she's just a great player. Megan Brankamp, remember Megan, pitcher, having a good career down at Georgetown. And then we can just go on and on with our Mason Comets here. Your daughter playing at Miami. My daughter's at Youngstown State, and helped get out of that tough inning. JoJo, her sister, catches that one over the fence in the dugout to get out of that inning with no runs scored. So the Peregrina sisters contributing to this game.
Yeah, nothing Pennington could have done about that one. It was pretty safely out. So so there you go. So JoJo Peregrina looking to. That's a hard act to follow.
Yeah. We're going to have to look at this here. You know, it's odd that, I said, are they twins? I just assumed they were, but one bat's right and one bat's left. That doesn't sound like twins to me. What do you think?
Fraternal?
Yeah. idea. Let's find that out. I want to know now.
0-2 to JoJo. That one's up and high for.
Yeah, they're both seniors. Still doesn't mean they're twins. I know they moved in from California. Thinking Keith Kastner's living right. He had Mathis come up there. These 2 move in from California with already good talent in their district, so he's definitely blessed with a lot of talent there at West.
Spinner ball there. I mean, that thing just hit the dirt and jumped right out in the foul territory. You kind of see it spinning even from up here. Crazy spin. Hoffner, no way she could get to that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs here. Top of the 4th.
But you talk about Kastner, good coaching over there at West. You have Coach Muff and Coach Bell and Coach Meyer at Mason, all good coaches. Coach Meyer actually went to Lakota West, so this has to be an interesting situation for her. I'm sure she's still pulling for the Comets, but graduated fantastic softball player at Lakota West.
Yep. Peregrina with the slicer right up the middle. And Lakota West gets their second batter. on. So two Offner with a great play on the bunt there. Fires one over to first, and just absolute heads up play there by Val Allen. She fires it over, hitting the runner trying to advance. And
I'm going to give credit to
gets
Pennington
caught
for
off.
coming in there from left field to cover the base too. I would call that an error in the infield. I'm not sure what the Comets, what their defensive set is there, but I would assume that Offner made it, that Zambiri should have been over at third. Pennington recognizes it, come in, and they make the play. Good for her. It's another big play on the bases that could have cut down a run that may change the game at the end.
Yep. So Comets quickly get 2 outs there, and just like that, base is cleared here. 2 balls, no strikes.
Looking at that strategy, I know some people do have don't want the pitcher to cover a base, and I don't know. I'm not sure what Coach Muff's strategy is there. Left fielder certainly alert and made it no problem. Offner, good play charging. And you need a good third baseman in softball just to get those bunt outs, and that was a big play there.
So Barry not giving Haley Hibbert anything to hit, so 3 balls, no strikes. That one's right down the middle. 3-1.
Yeah, I would think right here, Hibbert in the 8 hole, you'd want to go at her with nobody on and save the number 9 hitter to start off the next inning, but
Foul
he's
this
back
one
at her.
back up and out of play.
So it looks like just a momentary maybe lack of control there, or maybe she just didn't get a couple calls that she wanted to get. So my guess is Zambiri's going to go at Hibbert here on this pitch. Full count, 2 outs.
You don't want to put her on.
Nope.
Go right down at her. Make her hit it. And she does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is Jasmine Walker.
Oh, okay. I was listening to the announcer, and
Jasmine Walker, a junior.
she's had 22 at bats, hitting .455, so she's 10 for 22. So she probably has done well in a pinch hit role this year, which is why she gets the chance here.
Runner on first, 2 outs, swing and a miss.
Took a cut at it.
Walker.
So a little different than the last game again. 4th inning last time. West put 4 on the board. Now they have 1 on the board with 2 outs and a runner on first.
She's gonna. This is a fly ball to right field,
Wind's blowing it.
and
O'Nackey.
got her. Great play. And wind was blowing, pushing it foul, pushing it foul, pushing it foul. She was able to track it down and retire the side. So Comets will still have some work to do here in the bottom of the 4th inning to claw back these 2 runs, get back in this game. So here we are after 3.5 innings. Lakota West leading 2-0.
Maggie Honacki on that play, senior right fielder. She looked a little more sturdy on the catch than we've seen on some of the other fly balls out here. Still have some good batters coming up here for Mason. Val Allen, Ellie Offner, and Audrey Renaud. Actually, it's Honacki starting us off, isn't it? Yeah, Lindsay was the one that fouled off. So 4, 5, 6 for the Comets. Maggie Honacki, Val Allen, Ellie Offner, then Audrey Renaud. Good game so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's quality softball all around.
2 runs, 4. I'm just going off odds here. Honacki, good batter, good average. I'll say she's due up for a hit here. That's what I'm going with.
That was jammed inside, and that was going to be fouled back again. 0-2 now. Inside pitch. Oof.
She's working that inside. I mean, she challenges them in there. I like. She's working that inside. I mean, she challenges them in there. I like that. If you're going to get in there and tight, I mean, that's where the ball shows the most speed. Now Val Allen is back in the box, so she's respecting the speed of Mathis, or Honacki rather.
4 and again, settling up on the outside. So 0-2.
Yeah.
Pretty much high probability they're going to pitch you outside.
Yeah, she was 2 or 3 balls out that time, and Foreign was standing up catching the ball even before it got there. There's another one. 3 balls out. Like the strategy. They're respecting, I think, Honaki's bat here as well.
Oh,
Took her inside and high.
that was a tough pitch to hit. I get why she swung at it. That was tough.
Yeah, that's working the inside out. That were actually that case outside in. She hit her with 2 outside balls, 3 balls out, got her eyes stretched out there, and then went inside and high. Not an easy pitch to hit.
Mathis looking strong in the circle today for West. Val Allen looking to do some damage here with 1 out. She's going to foul this one back. Oh, they're getting the ball.
Let's just predict it, Eric. I'm going to say 3 balls out. See where if she even tries to come close. I'm saying 3 balls out. She sets up, she's over there.
Yep. Not as far out this time.
As maybe only 2 balls out.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Val Allen.
She's going in on this one. See the way the catcher was lining up on that one. That's her power pitch. That's her go-to pitch.
All right, so here, this is where it gets interesting, 2-2. There's a lot of options here for KK Mathis. Val Allen needs to find a good strike. Oh, there it was.
I was going to say, that looked pretty good. Looked pretty good from here.
Just froze her out.
Ellie Offner's going to have to do something here, or else my prediction is going to be wrong, Eric.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, you got that right. So Ellie also has a couple home runs on the year. Good hitter. Again, we had the different in stats here. My stats say she's batting .412, 2 home runs.
She's going to foul this one back.
Worked her inside.
Mathis pitching strong today. The Comets are going to have to find a way to get, scratch out hits any way you can.
She's definitely taken a different strategy than she did the first game. There were definitely more hits by the Comets in that first game, but she's has them off balance and working them in and out. And here's a change up in the dirt to get her eyes down. So working a little different strategy than the last time. Either that or she's hitting her spots better. I mean, with pitchers, it could be a game-by-game difference, but she's hitting her spots today.
He's going to appeal this one, though. Says she.
Comets going to have to pay attention to this in case they come across each other again in the postseason.
Yeah, regardless of today's outcome, even though Comets definitely need to win this to stay in the hunt for the GMC, regardless of the outcome, you can safely predict that both of these teams will be around come regional time.
Yeah.
They'll be in the hunt, they'll be in the mix for sure, right after districts. And this one, Ellie Offner puts a charge in one, but it's not going to be that deep.
And she
once again.
Yes.
Error in the outfield.
Look at the flag though, Eric. Look at that. That thing's blowing straight at us right now.
What's surprising is she sat and she parked under that ball. And parked, and at the last second, she just misjudged it. But you can see people's hair blowing out here.
Yeah.
And it must have gusted on her. So, regardless, she'll be charged with an error. But the Comets needed. Offner was able to advance to second base on that. Audrey Renault, the shortstop.
Error on Macy Davis out there in left field, the flex player. And we'll give Macy a fair shake there. We've seen that already a couple times in this game. So certainly the wind is wreaking havoc on the ball when it's in the air. Audrey Renaud, a freshman, takes ball 1.
Takes ball 1. And, she hit that ball so high up in the air. I mean, there was a hang time of minutes.
Audrey not batting as high as some of the other Comets, 265. Again, freshman, starting shortstop. It's impressive over the years when you look at that, to get a freshman in the Mason Comet lineup.
With as many girls are in the program as this, when freshmen step in here.
Takes me back to Allie Weekly, right?
Yes.
Allie Weekly did it, and Allie was a strong shortstop for the Comets, 4-year starter playing at the University of Dayton, right?
Standing on second base, 2-2 the count, 2 outs. inside. Oh, my goodness.
She's working that inside, I'm telling you, man.
What
We
a
got to pay
pitch.
attention to that. Yeah, that's a power pitch.
Right in the river. That's a tough pitch to hit. Credit KK Mathis for a smoking pitch right down the river, and she retires the side. So Comets unable to get anything going here in the bottom of the fourth. We're going to move to the top of the fifth with Lakota West looking to add to their 2-0 lead.
All right, we're going to head to a break here at the end of the fourth with Lakota West Firebirds leading the Mason Comets 2-0.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! In for the Comets score. Comets win! Yeah!
All right, we're back here in the top of the fifth inning. Lakota West coming to the plate. We have Jasmine Walker, who was up the bat when they threw the runner out in the last inning.
So she's going to get a fresh count here at the top of the fifth inning.
Leading off for the Firebirds, Jasmine Walker.
So you have Jasmine Walker, Belle Hummel, and Molly Grace. Important to get this out here because you have their top of their lineup coming up, and Hummel's been on base every time. So
This one's fouled.
which spoils us for
These
sure.
facilities are incredible.
Ooh,
Wow,
there's a shot.
slicer by Walker out to right field. There was no doubt about that one. That got there in a hurry.
Yeah, she was 10 for 22 coming in, makes her 11 for 23, close to batting 500 as a pinch hitter. Yeah, you got to love having that on your bench that you can bring in when you need it. That was a shot, too.
She was at the bottom of the order here, so and she's going to step out. We're going to get, is it Albright again? No, she's going to get another one.
Yeah, that she would be tied to the pitcher, but this is obviously a substitution. I don't think it's 31 coming back in, is it?
No, I don't think so. I can't see from here the number.
Yeah, it looks like I'm not even going to guess here. I'll be wrong.
It might
it's
be
either 12 or 18.
It might be Haley Giamardi. It might be 12.
Okay.
The bunt's going to get down. Oh, and she's definitely on. Wow.
Oh, good move by
Oh, so smart. Val Allen with the heads-up play. Almost
foul ball.
throws
Bill's
that
dead.
one out. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But what a heads-up play. She saw the spin on it. She just waited.
Great bunt by Belle Hummel there, though. I mean, but even a smarter play by Val Allen, because I'm going to tell you what, 75% or more of the players at first base would have picked that up, and she would have been safe. So great play.
For sure. And Belle Hummel was going to be on no matter what.
Yeah.
That was fair.
Mm-hmm. It's got some wheels getting down the line. Number
Screaming
22.
down first base line.
I'm sure Wendell Hutchinson likes having this one on his team. Wendell always has competitive Hawks teams playing in competitive tournaments throughout the Midwest and South. So she's had some experience and good coaching in the summer to prepare for high school ball.
For sure. One ball, two strikes to count to Belle Hummel, the center fielder.
I'm going to call change up here.
Oh. And I'm not sure you're going to like this. You got KK Mathis on deck.
Yeah, you're not going to walk her with bases loaded.
Oh, she slices this one foul. So 2 balls, 1 strike now. A count to Grace with KK Mathis and Kendall Foreign, 2 very strong hitters coming up for Lakota West. They're looking to expend that lead here.
So Eric, we talked about that, you know, with Jasmine Walker coming in, getting the hit, and then taking to the top of the order. You know, you had a 2-0 game, and it's tight, and Lakota West threatening to put this game away here in the top of the 5th.
Molly Grace turns around on that one, puts another one in the track, actually on the football field, I think. Zemberry better be careful here.
Zemberry's battling. She's definitely going at him here. She knows, I think she knows the situation.
2 balls, 2 strikes. A count to Molly Grace.
Grace.
Alex Zimbieri, then the circle for the Comets. In a bit of a pickle here. This one's fouled back.
Grace is batting .623 coming into today. Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yep, she's fourth in the league, batting .623. Mathis is behind her at .622, and that's the next two batters that you get to face here. Like that pitch.
To the track. She's turning right around on that.
So Zimbieri, a sophomore. You have Audrey Thiering, their other pitcher. Really good pitcher, sophomore. Junior behind the plate. You have
She walked her. Well, at least we had a place to put her, but you do not have anywhere to put KK Mathis. And she's pitched 8 straight balls to KK Mathis.
Yeah.
So if you're Lakota West, you got to like this one because at some point you're going to have to pitch to her.
Comes Coach Bell out to talk through this with Zimbieri.
We're going to have to change strategies on Mathis here. We're going to have to find another way to get her out because pitching her outside and not giving her anything to hit's not going to work in this situation with the bases loaded. So here we are at the top of the 5th, Lakota West threatening to expand their lead. Lakota West already with 6 hits, Comets with 2.
Yeah, I got into some of the lineup here for the Comets. They have Val Allen, the first baseman, who let that ball go down, made a good play there, coming back. You have Lindsey Brewer coming back. Lillian Ehlers, who plays first and outfield for the Comets a lot, is a sophomore. You have Ellie Offner, who's a sophomore at third base. Sam Pennington in left field is a sophomore. Audrey Renaud, the shortstop, as we mentioned, a freshman. Joe Sander, the center fielder, is a freshman. Audrey Thiering and Zimbieri, the pitchers, are sophomores. So they have quite a bit of talent coming back.
Oh, for sure.
They have some good young players on the JV team that are younger, and then they also have a pretty good, there are several really good players in the 8th grade class as well. So
here we go, the leadoff, or the early pitch to KK Mathis. She's going to foul off. First one she's had to hit. That's the first actual swing I think we've seen Mathis make.
Honestly, Eric, right here, it's low and out middle.
I'm sure Coach Bell went out and gave her a little talk and said, hey, let's go. Let's battle.
Let's do it.
Go after her. So 0-2 the count to Mathis.
I'd give her
Nobody
give
out.
her a ball off outside. They're working out again. You can see it. That's still
fouled back. Oof. It's a good battle here. Let's see who's going to win this one.
I don't know Mathis well enough, but she's definitely amped up to pull this thing, and she's taking a hard rip. I'd give her a changeup, working it outside. Nothing over the plate, just work it outside and let it break. Let's see what she does.
There goes, grand slam, home run, KK Mathis. And just like that, Lakota West up 6-0. Grand slam by KK Mathis, and Coach Kastner is pumped.
Too much plate there. And you know, Zimbieri learned off that. She's a sophomore going up against one of the top players in the state of Ohio. So Zimbieri has nothing to take away from this but experience.
Yeah. They're out talking to her like, hey, all right, let's just reset, reload. But that was huge. KK Mathis coming up big with the bases loaded. Smacks a grand slam, and just like that, the Comets are down 6-0 with a lot of work to do with just a few innings left. Looking to follow that's Kendall Foran.
There's still no outs.
There's still no outs. That hit by Mathis, that was no doubt. That just from, you could tell just from the hit of the bat, this thing's gone, even into the wind too. So let's.
Well, that thing went a good, 30 feet over, hitting that little ravine out there.
Down in the ditch into the wind. That tells you how much of a charge Mathis put into that. So, all right, let's see how the Comets respond with a little adversity here.
And Zimbieri will learn from that pitch. I would have, as I said, would have liked to seen it out. I think I knew what she was trying to do, pull it out of here, and
this
just
one
made it a
hit
little
hard
bit
to center.
That should be caught by Honaki.
Yeah, Honaki, she's got it. Okay.
I think
like it was going
I
to
agree
center.
with you. I agree with you. Honaki looks pretty solid out there. I mean, she's playing the wind. She was on that, and didn't seem to have the, I'll say it the positive way. It looks like she was sturdy all the way through that track.
She made a good catch.
Mm-hmm.
So the Comets finally scratching out here, and this one's hit straight to center field. She's not going to make it, so this one drops for a single. And Peregrina is on here with one out. And now JoJo Peregrina steps in. Comets need some outs here.
That was a very hard line shot. I think you'll see Sanders a good outfielder as she gets more experience, becomes a sophomore, junior, that you'll see her come up with that ball there. But a tough play in a tough situation, very hard line drive, wind blowing out there pretty hard.
JoJo Peregrina squares the bunt, backs off of it. 1 ball, no strikes. And that one's in for a strike, so 1-1 the count. Runner on first, 1 out. After the bases cleared of that grand slam home run by KK Mathis.
Oh, foul tip on that one.
Foul tip.
2 strikes, so you have the JoJo Peregrina. Araya Peregrina had that last hit, so she had the home run and that solid shot there. She's hitting the ball. Ooh,
this one inside.
That looked pretty
Got
good.
her! Nice pitch.
Froze her with the change.
Froze her on the inside. Great pitch. And now the right fielder, Lily Vollmer.
Got to ask Zimbieri working to get out of this after 4 runs across the plate. Got Vollmer here batting.
Called strike to Vollmer. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Vollmer's batting .270. You should work at her, go straight at her. Yeah.
She lost her. All right, so Vollmer takes first. You're on the walk. Runners on first and second, 2 outs.
You have a new batter here. Oh no, this is Hibbert, sir, in the 8 hole here.
The third baseman.
2 down, so this is the 9th batter to the plate in this inning. They will have batted around, assuming that they don't throw anybody out on the bases.
This one up and in for a ball.
Six runs on 8 hits now for Lakota West. A little bit high there again from our angle. Didn't look like a bad pitch. There we go. That should be an out.
No error.
That's what happens when things get a little tight, Eric. Give up 4 runs, and then you had the runner crossing in front of her. A little bit of a slow grounder to her.
Yeah, the runner, I'm sure, kind of spooked her a little bit, but Ronald with the error there now puts another runner on. And Jasmine Walker, I think it's 10 runs is the run rule here in high school. So, you know, they have basically the run that could, assuming they hold them in the bottom of the inning, make it a run rule. But I wouldn't have suspected it would be a run rule game. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Comets need the out here big time. You can't let any more runs score. You already have a huge deficit, but any kind of big hit here, giving that up is going to plate more runs. And right off of her, she's going to.
Oh, you got her. That's a great play by Sydney Carter. Gosh, that's big too. I mean, that's huge right there. As I was saying, you could go down 8 with a hit, so there's going to be 7 if that run scored. But ricochet, I believe that hit off of Zimbieri going up the middle, and Sydney Carter reaches out, grabs it, touches the base, and you could see that she did beat her. If they show the replay on the screen, we can't see it, but what a good play by Sydney Carter.
Yeah, super heads up. She had to adjust to that ball, and then just heads up, saw that runner coming, just tapped the bag and got out of the inning with no more damage. But the big grand slam by KK Mathis puts 4 more runs on the board for Lakota West. Big deficit here for the Comets in the bottom of the 5th. let's see what kind of fight they have in them. Comets can do this, but they got to get it going now. You only got 3 innings to make this happen, assuming no more runs scored by Lakota West. Otherwise, you're looking at a potential run rule here the next inning. So
they'll have the top of the order coming up, but hopefully they can avoid that, get through that lineup this time. This is good experience for Zimberry. Sophomore going against a really good Lakota West team, a good hitting Lakota West team. Okay, and they're getting ready to show KK Mathis Grand Slam here as a replay. So you get a chance to check that out. But again, KK Mathis, one of the top players in the state of Ohio this year.
She absolutely crushes this ball.
You see this hole at bat. Got a good
fouled off.
Swing at that too on the outside, but that first one looked like Mathis just going down the middle challenger on the first pitch, and that last one was outside. I'm going to guess, as we've talked about, this will be nowhere
set up
near
on the
the plate.
outside. She's down 0-2 and got her on the outside corner.
I'm going to say that was the pitcher's pitch. I mean, I think that was a ball out, but look, pitcher's dad always wants that call to strike, so you're not going to get a negative response from me on that. She hit her spot, ball out. I'm going to say that was probably in the river, but tough pitch for Johansson to hit, even if she would have swung at it.
It's a marquee game here for KK Mathis. She's hitting, she's striking girls out, she's doing a lot. Oh, we got a hit here to right field, and she's going to make the catch. Very nice catch there by the right fielder. Lily Vollmer tracks it down. Again, the wind blowing, things blew it out of foul territory. She was able to track it down. In the bottom of the lineup for the Comets, not able to do anything. We got Sydney Carter stepping up, but with 2 outs. Comets are going to need to roll with 2 here somehow. We need to scratch some runs out to get back, close this deficit, and set ourselves up for somehow some sort of heroic finish.
So Sydney has one of the 2 hits here for the Comets. And I can tell you this, down 6-0, whatever, Sydney's up there to hit. Probably has a little energy from that defensive play she just made.
Able to hold off on that one high for ball 1.
So you see Sydney a little more up in the box. You know, everybody else with Mathis' speed has been back. Sydney's working it.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Back. Here we are back here at the top of the 6th inning. Mason versus Lakota West here at Mason High School. Comets trailing 6-0. Lakota West looking to add to their lead. Belle Hummel, the leadoff batter, leads off an inning once again here. Squares the bunt, backs off of it. She's put the ball down several times here in this game. She had a leadoff in the first inning. Put another ball down earlier. She's going to slap this one. That one's going to be fair ball to left field.
Ooh.
Misplayed here in left field by Pennington.
Not with that speed.
And just like that, Belle Hummel on.
I mean, you know, you hate to lose, and right now the GMC title's probably on the line, but, you know, this will just make them better for the tournament, and it'll make Zimberry a better pitcher personally. So she's got to like this. It's good to play against the tough competition and just develop your skills, get better, learn things, learn how to pitch people like KK Mathis. I mean, when you get to college, you have to know those, because when you get to college, I'm telling you, I watched my daughter pitch in college, and that's what happens. Every girl, I'm not going to say every girl is a KK Mathis, but every girl is a KK Mathis. I mean, they're D1 players that somebody recruited that did these types of things for their school. So you want to learn how to do this now as a sophomore. And I'm telling you, you watch, by the time that Zimberry's a senior along with Audrey, who's coming in here, they're both going to be really good, and Mason's going to have a really good year.
Oh, for sure. So Audrey Thiering, the sophomore, steps into the circle here to relieve Zimberry here in the bottom of the top of the 6th inning. And Molly Grace, the shortstop.
So Audrey Thiering, daughter of Dave Thiering, and anybody who played any sport in the city of Mason has had their games scheduled by Dave Thiering, or their field run through Dave Thiering. He's just been involved, does a lot of things for a lot of different programs, and coaches Audrey's Ohio Thunder team. So she's been
by Pennington, allowed her to advance to second. And the Lakota West Firebirds looking to extend their lead here on the road at Mason High School.
Eric, I'm proud of you, man, for calling that a single with an air. I mean, having a daughter that's a left fielder, I thought you'd try to just call that a good hit, but I would agree with your assessment there. A single with an air. And there's Ellie Offner, foul ball.
I call it like I see it.
Yeah, you do. I like that.
Probably need to have my eyes checked. But
yeah. Pennington, a sophomore out there, too. She's going to be a great player. I love slappers. Lefty. She's got some wheels. She's made some great catches out this year. I've been to a couple games and been able to see, she does a great job out there. So center and left field, they'll be back for the Comets next year. They'll be strong out there. Another one to Offner. Ooh, I like that. Look at this. What a scoop there by Val Allen.
Wow, what a great play by Val Allen. Actually, a great play by Ellie Offner, too.
Yes.
She looked the runner back at second, which is what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Fired that in there, little off the slam here. And so Coach Muff not taking any chances. We're going to put her on, so she's going to be pinch run here by Tiana Bright, the sophomore.
Yep.
Oh, it's up by Lindsay Brewer. Again, that's a spinner. And that one bounces out for foul. Foreign still alive here, 2-2 with 1 out. Here at the top of the 6th, Lakota West looking to add to that 6-0 lead. Runners on first and second.
Yeah, she's up there. She's up there tight on the plate. I wouldn't really be certain how to pitch her here. She's up tight, and she's working her in. I think she's saying, you know what? If you're going to get up on the plate, I'm going to jam you. Just don't make a mistake and throw anything soft over that, because you might see the same result that we saw earlier. But Thiering doesn't throw much soft. She's got some good speed on her pitch.
Thiering, the sophomore, winds up and offers, and this one's going to be fouled back here at the press box. Winds died down just a little bit here.
Yeah. So it's still blowing, but you're right. That flag was stiff earlier, and it's just kind of floating out there right now. Oh, she swung.
She swung, and it hit her in the top of the 6th inning. Looking to add to that 6-0 lead. This one fouled back.
Okay, now I got to tell you, she hit one out, and she hit a pretty solid line shot up the middle. I'm definitely working, not working anything over the plate with this one here. She's had a good game hitting the ball. Araya Peregrina, second baseman for the Firebirds.
That one misses high.
I think I'm saying it correctly. I think I've always said the Firebirds, but in my mind I want to say the Thunderhawks, and I think if I said that, the Lakota West people would be upset. So I have said Firebirds, Lakota West fans, just probably giving you a little too much information on what's going on in my brain right now.
That one misses high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Peregrina here with 2 outs. That was popped up. Sydney Carter tracking. Oh, that's a tough play.
Look at Sydney.
What a catch.
I was getting ready to say Sydney Carter. If one person can make that play out there, it's Sydney.
What an athletic catch by Sydney Carter. I mean,
you call it athletic. I'm going to call it a circus catch. Let's just say what it is.
Only athletes can make circus catch.
Firebirds, and no runs on 2 hits and 2 errors for the Comets. So you had a couple miscues in this game, but balls have been hit hard. The wind's been blowing. I would say overall it's been a pretty well played game. You have catches like Sydney just had out there. which is a really good catch. Offner's made a couple plays. West has made a couple good plays out there defensively. So I think even though you have 3 errors up on the board, I would give both teams credit for a pretty well-played game.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And thanks for putting that in my head. I'm blaming you for that.
Okay.
Coach Kastner's out there still arguing his case from that last inning on that one, but to no avail. We've already moved on here. Yeah. So lead off here in the bottom of the 6th. Trying to get something going is Sam Pennington. She's going to foul this one off.
You know, when I see her, it reminds me of, you think of all the slappers that we dealt with when Ellion's over there. You had Abby Mullins, who she kind of looks like going down that line. You had Olivia Popovich, who was one of the fastest people I've ever seen on the softball field. And it's really cool to see, and I'm going to be watching Sam over the years just to kind of see how she develops. She's going to be a really good softball player. Coach Muff and Coach Bell and Coach Meyer, I'm sure they think pretty highly of this one.
Yeah. Pennington trying to go down the third base line with that one. Her bat's just not square enough, and they're fouling off. So no balls, 2 strikes to Pennington. She's got to swing away here, but she's going to let that one go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Comets really need to get something going big and now. Ooh. That one's going to be foul ball.
Just a little foul there.
Kind of a slicer.
It's a good strategy on a power pitcher like Matt.
Able to really scratch much. Need to get something going here.
I would say a slow grounder on the right there.
There it is.
Might be a chance. I was getting ready to say
yep.
It is. It's just tough to. It's just tough to defend that, man. The shortstop's back deep. She tried to go over third, who was playing up, and then took the next option, which is a slow roller to the shortstop. Great job by Pennington.
Yeah, for sure. Like right in that 5-6 hole, there's really nothing you can do if you're playing back behind the line the way the shortstop is here. So very helpful here to have Sam Pennington, the leadoff batter, get on base here. So let's see if Lindsey Brewer can do something with it. I'm going to need a lot.
Yeah, you're doing that against a tough defense here against West. So that's a good at bat. Molly Grace is a good shortstop, and she recognized it. I mean, she knew she went in the hole, and she looked up and didn't even waste the throw. A smart play by her not to throw one away. Just a well-placed ball by Sam Pennington, the left fielder for the Comets.
That one's going to miss inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Brewer.
So I think right now the Comets just want to work to, try to get a run on the board here. Nobody out, runner on. I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe saw Pennington steal. She's that fast. We had a throw down earlier that was a little bit off target, but I would assume that's not normal for Foreign.
Yeah. Foreign's got a gun here. So Brewer swings and misses on that offering. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's going to be hit up the middle for a single up into center field. Nice job by Lindsey Brewer battling on that at bat there. And all of a sudden here, Comets got something going.
Yeah, little things here to point out for West. You see Belle Hummel. She hustled all the way in for that ball. She didn't wait for it to get out to her. Pennington obviously could have gone first to third if she didn't defend it well. We've seen that, but Hummel comes up, cuts that ball off 10 to 15 feet from the infield, and Pennington rightfully stays at second. I'm sure Coach Muff held her. They respect the speed of Hummel getting to the ball as well as her arm. So first and second, we saw that the last time, starting off in. And
oh, great play by Mathis. She heads up, gets the lead runner at third base.
Yeah, third baseman has to watch getting too close to the pitcher on that one. I don't think you have a real threat on the base running down there.
So KK Mathis, that thing got there in a hurry. That was a great play. You know, folks don't talk much about fielding at that pitcher position, but look at some of those things ripping right at you. She makes a great play, sticks her glove out there.
By the time you're done pitching, you're 35, 36 feet away from the batter. And when they hit that ball, it's coming at you, you know.
So Mathis able to get the lead runner at third for the first out of the inning. Runners on first and second. And Val Allen trying to do something to cut this lead. And looks at strike 1. Mathis just pitching a strong game here. She's She's working the zone all over the place. Hits are not easy to come by, but
Comets have 2 this inning.
Sliced left field. She put a good charge into it, but that one was definitely foul.
Yeah, she's definitely working Val. And again, if you remember last time, she worked Val in, and then hit her on that ball out for the called 3rd strike. Let's see what happens here.
Val's a junior.
Catcher's lining up. She's going to the outside. Got her.
Yeah,
again.
she got her just a little indecisive there on that changeup, and Val knew it. And Ellie Offner, the 3rd baseman, need to do something here. Give yourself some sort of chance. Cut this lead here going into the 7th inning.
Ellie's a hitter. Had her in, coach this indoor Sinclair, and I had her 2 years ago when those things were still happening.
It's popped up to shallow left. It's dangerous, but now Molly Grace right underneath that to retire it out. And the Comets unable to do something with lead runners on in the Lakota West.
Yeah, you just better use the school name.
I'm just going to use.
Let's all respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
Yeah, and we're back here at the Mason Softball Stadium here with Lakota West leading the Mason Comets 6-0 here at the top of the 7th inning. Lakota looking to do something to add to their lead here, but a pretty comfortable 6-0 lead. KK Mathis on the mound pitching a heck of a game and helping herself with a grand slam in the top of the 5th inning. Put Lakota West up big time. So Audrey Thiering here back into pitch for the Comets.
Thanks for talking over me, Eric, there, because didn't know we were back on. Just talking to, giving a shout out to Addison Linhart and Ben Howler. They're doing the scorekeeping in the booth up here for the Comets. Doing a good job on the scoreboard and with the walk-up songs. Keeping us energized here. Good work, guys. So Thiering back out here getting some work. Top of the 7th, Eric. Thiering's done a good job since she's come in.
JoJo Peregrino.
Yeah, Lindsay's dad, Todd, the president of the Mason Softball Boosters. There's a lot of work to help the softball team. Boosters have always done a lot for the Comet softball team, and getting the traditional dad joke that
she turned on that one.
She must have got her softball talent from her mother.
Todd sporting that awesome COVID beard there. Tied for ball 1 to Belle Hummel. It was a good hold there by Hummel. That was a good pitch. Just misses on the outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners on 1st and 2nd here with 2 outs. The top of the 7th. Another hole. Oh, see how there it was. So Bell didn't like that one.
No.
Good pitch by Thiering.
Yeah, I liked it. You're not going to still go over the middle. You can't, even though you're down 2-0, you still have to work what I call the yellow and green zones of the plate. Yellow being the outside ball of the plate and green being the ball off the plate.
Good stop there by Brewer.
I think we saw earlier what if you lay one out over the middle of the plate, which I call dead red, what Belle Hummel will do with it. I think she cracked the yellow piping on the fence out there. There we go.
Back to Thiering. Okay, and she's going to be able to get this one, record the last out. So we're going down to the bottom of the 7th. Comets have just 3 outs left to try and cut this 6-run lead, do something heroic.
In some cases 3. You know, you have to just dig. In some cases 3. You know, you have to just dig in and work harder. So Thiering, that was a good example of that. She kept her calm, battled against one of the top hitters in the league in Belle Hummel, and stayed away from the 2-3 4 batters in this order, which have been really tough, and threw up another 0 in the 7th inning. So she's done a good job pitching.
Yeah, a lot of poise for a sophomore. Yeah. Zamberi also had a lot of poise, right?
She did. She did.
They don't get rattled out there. They just reset, reload, and keep throwing. So, but here we go. The bottom of the 7th inning. Audrey Renaud leading us off. We got 7, 8, 9 coming up here for the Comets. Need the bottom of the order to do something. Get on base here. Get runners on so we can start moving them around.
Let's get a little victory here. Start by scoring a run and moving from there. See what you can turn around. Be a good opportunity for the freshmen to, again, gain experience, face a good pitcher in an adverse situation. So these are the moments that'll help her get better in her career as well.
KK Mathis misses outside on that first pitch for ball 1. Oh, that one's inside.
Yeah.
I think she swung on self-defense there. That thing's coming right out.
I'm going to say it's a screwball that Mathis, when Renaud's up on the plate too, and as I said earlier, Mathis is not going to let you take away the inside from her, and she works a screwball in there, and if you swing at it, that's what's going to happen.
Yep. And strike 2.
A lot of red on that pitch, but she just had some zip behind it. In that corner, I mean, I'm going to guess, I can't see it well, I'm saying that, but I'm going to guess that's ball half on, ball half off the plate. Good pitch.
0-2 to Sander. She's going to set up outside.
See, I love that. See the parents, they can't see where the catcher's lined up a couple balls out. And I see this even at the college games, and the catcher catches it right where she's framing it up, and the fans go nuts, but they can't see that the ball's outside.
Set up inside. Jammed her. Sander does a good job to get the bat on the ball on that one. That was humming in here. The catcher Foreign was set up.
It's got to be good to see this. This West team's going to be a dominant for the next couple of years for sure, and the Comets will be right there with them.
Low and inside, misses. 2-2 the count.
Comets with some of their younger players will get another year of experience, and they'll tighten the gap up and be back next year.
Yeah, after a COVID year, it's a little bit of a reset, reload here. So misses high and inside, 3-2.
She thought about it. I like that. You know, she's been working that inside pitch, and we've seen them bite on it, and she started to go for that, but trusted her hands and held back. So 3-2. I'm going to guess Mathis is going right at her here.
And she did. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Mathis is going to make an easy out here, and the Lakota West Firebirds come to Mason and put a 6-0 defeat or victory for the Lakota. This game was all KK Mathis from the circle and from the batter's box with a grand slam in the top of the 5th inning. Congratulations to her on a great game. Congratulations to Lakota West on a victory, and right now they're in a commanding lead in the GMC. So we'll see what happens the rest of the season, but good luck to them as well as the Comets.
Yeah, I think they were favorites. Good to see this game. We'll be back for more Comet action later in the season. So for Eric Bishop, I'm Dave Buffenbarger. Go Comets.